I wanted to talk to you guys about something a little bit different today. So I'm struggling at the moment this week and the back end of last week. I did something to my shoulder. I don't even really know what, but it is meaning that a lot of my usual training I can't realistically do. So rather than talk about injuries and how you can sort of get around them and how to think about them psychologically when you have an injury, I actually just wanted to sit down and talk to you about how to prevent them in the first place maybe. Because I feel like we live in a world nowadays where everything on Instagram is like, go hard or go home. Or if your workout doesn't scare you, it's not hard enough. And whilst there's of course always a time for pushing yourself and pushing yourself harder than your last workout, I think that's a really dangerous thing to put into people's psyches. I mean, sure, if you're young or you're just starting out on exercise, you can get away for a really long time with doing things the wrong way or just going too hard or overtraining and things like that. But just know that after a while, it will catch up with you and you'll be really mad that you didn't think more smartly about your body when you first started training. And this is actually why I'm super happy that Tim Sheaf, if you know Tim Sheaf, I'm sure you do if you watch my videos, why would you not? He's just come out with this Mindful Warrior training, and it's all about listening to your body, being obviously very mindful when you're doing practices, when you're doing movements, and basically just not taking your body for granted. And I think that's just exactly what a lot of us need. So he's releasing the full Mindful Warrior training on, I think, the 22nd, but he just recently released the bar part of the workout, so the bar workout, which is one of 5 different workouts, all on different apparatus. And so I wanted to try the bar workout and just see kind of how it felt for my body, how it felt for my mind. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great thing for me to incorporate into my training, because number one, I already, pretty much everything I do in my training is mostly pushing movements. I do a lot of capoeira and weightlifting, and a lot of that is push, a lot of that is kind of chest muscles in the front of my body. And actually I rarely hang nowadays or do many pulling movements. I do back days and things in my leg days that would be pulling movements, but generally I think the front of my body has become a lot stronger, so I think these bar workouts are going to be super good for me. But this video isn't supposed to be about me, it's supposed to be about you and how you move and how you think about your body. And I say this just because I've been there. When I first started training, and for pretty much, I don't know, the 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years following when I first started training, I just listened to all those things on, well, not Instagram back in that day, but I listened to everyone else telling me that I needed to go hard, or even if I was injured, I just need to take a painkiller and just suck it up and deal with it. And you can get away with that for so long, and yes, of course your body's going to start to look better and you're going to start to feel better because your body's starting to look better. But I just want you to know that you will hit a wall at some point. And it's really frustrating when you just feel like your body gives up on you all of a sudden. And I've definitely felt that recently. I kind of keep getting these little niggles or this shoulder thing that's happened. I didn't do anything. I didn't feel anything go wrong. It's just obviously wear and tear because of so many years of me just treating my body the way it didn't want to be treated. And it's just a shame. I mean, I watched Tim's video talking about why he did this Mindful Warrior thing, and it just really aligned with me because we should be kinder to our bodies. It's not like a hippie vegan thing or anything to think this way. It's just smart, because your body cannot do everything that you're forcing it to do. It can't lift heavy weights and do all this jumping and everything that you want to force it to do at the beginning when you're so interested in just going so hard. At some point, it's gonna give up and you're gonna be really annoyed when it does, just like I am right now. So of course, I'm not telling you to stop doing that sort of training. I'm a personal trainer. I do still do strength training and all those things, but I'm just saying maybe try and take a look at your workout schedule as a whole and make sure you have both yin and yang. Make sure within your strength training program that you are strengthening in the front and the back of your body, and you're doing smaller muscles and larger muscle groups, and you're doing eccentric and concentric movement, just so you're hitting all your muscle groups in a really balanced way and you're not going to have these problems later down the track. Also, I know this is easier said than done. I know in this fast-paced world we live in, if there's one thing that you're going to not do when you don't have enough time for your workout, it's stretching. But you know what? That's just so stupid. And don't get me wrong, I've done it myself, but it is so stupid. You need to stretch, you need to do yoga, you need to do all these, or not yoga. If you don't like yoga, don't do yoga, but just do something which is lengthening the muscles and stretching the muscles and relaxing the body rather than always putting it in this crazy tense state. But yeah, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just offering my sort of side of the story from how I feel now from years of abusing my body when I wasn't really thinking I was. I thought I was doing it a favor, but I wasn't doing enough of these things. And actually, funnily enough, doing some of this Mindful Warrior training today, by going through these motions really mindfully and slowly and making sure everything is perfect, not just cheating the reps all the time to feel good about yourself. Actually, I can imagine that you can get some really good benefits out of it, and I'm sure it's actually super tough. If you go to the gym, you probably know as well as I do that when you slow a movement down, it's actually harder. So why are we always trying to up our ego by ripping out crazy amounts and upping the weight of exercises even though we haven't got the form bang on point? We all know why we do it. It is an ego thing. It's to make ourselves feel better, and sure, there's a place for that sometimes, just to up the weight a little bit just so you feel like you had a great workout. But realistically, I think it's just good, and I guess Tim feels the same way, that it's good for you to think about your body way more than you do. Really think about the movement, think about the reps, think about what you're doing, doing, live it, breathe it, understand that your body is doing it, all these things. We just have to start being a bit smarter to our bodies. Otherwise, we're all gonna end up like crippled at 50. And yeah, basically, what's the point? I have this channel where I always talk about healthy food and veganism and all this stuff, being good for the planet, being good for the animals, but actually, there's also no point in doing all these great things for the world around you, but your internal world being absolutely shit. So yeah, I hope this has been somewhat helpful. I don't know if it's just boring for me to sit here and talk to you like this, but it's just something I've been feeling this week, feeling really frustrated with the fact that I keep on getting these little injuries, and looking back and knowing I realistically could have prevented them if I had been nicer to myself in the past. So if you take nothing else away from this video, maybe just take away that you should go and do a little bit of yoga or stretching, or download the Mindful Warrior program. The bar workout is actually free at the moment. I don't know if it's limited time only, but check out, I'll put the link down below and you can check it out, and I will see you in my next video.